Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended break for the delays, but we have returned with our grand final. Solar vs Gumiho just concluded. Solar did come out on top, and now we have our two finalists for this week's ESL Open Cup Asia, number 218. It all comes down to this final best of 5 to crown this week's champion. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will be this week's champion. Will it be our Terran or our Zerg? It is up to you to decide. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have our South Korean Terran. We have our South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Going for a proxy. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Vitality. I don't know what they're saying. If we have any translations in the chat, let us know. It is Solar. Uh-oh. He's scouting, he scouts, he checks, he confirms, he gets eyes on the proxy Rex. Solar, he sees all, he knows all. ByuN with the TT knows he has been scouted. Thankfully, it was not a committed proxy. It's only a singular Rax. One Rax across the map, most likely one Rax back at home. And yeah, Solar, he should be shutting this down. Boys have been pulled. I don't think these boys are going to be able to deny the bunker, though. It has quite a bit of progression on it already. Solid Wing is best here with his control. Oh. Does skirt around. Meanwhile, we have a second SCV as well, but it will be unnecessary. And the Rax will finish. SCV forced back home. And that was pretty good, honestly. I mean, ByuN, he denied 2 drones from mining the entire time. Like, that was a little bit wasteful there by Solar, and I don't think Solar's quite happy about that. Yeah. The Rax is up and running. And back at home, we are just transitioning here with a CC on the low ground. Reaper is on the way. Solar working towards his third base, getting into his hatch gas pool, into his own standard opener. And again, Solar slightly behind here in the economy. And the Reaper wasn't really delayed too much at all. Here we go. The Reaper has arrived. Lings is still in production. Queens are in production. And can we get some drone kills? Oh, we're going for the drones. We're going for the workers. And we will force out a Spore. Spore is forced out. We almost get another drone. Good control out of Solar. Does keep it alive. Does preserve his drones. Forced to make 6 Lings. Did I say 6? I meant to say 8. Oh, that's quite a big investment, actually. 8 Lings out here for Solar, especially considering that I had assumed that ByuN was going for a Rax back at home, and based on this reaction, it looks like Solar thought the same thing. It looks like Solar, he assumed it was going to be a 2 Rax opener. There was only one, ByuN transitioning back at home, and yeah, he forced quite a big reaction. So a good start here for ByuN so far. A very nice start. Oh, right, I also meant to post. Also meant to post here as Reaper's going to be rotating around. Third base has been taken. And ByuN is going for a 3rd CC before Starport. Actually, he's going for a 3 CC 2-1-1. That is the... Oh my, I apologize. I thought he was throwing down another Rax. No, that was Rax floating on over. This is going to be mech. It's going to be 3rd CC into mech from ByuN. Again, ByuN, he has been quite fond of mech as of late. If you've been watching the CranKy Ducklings, you would have seen ByuN play mech against DRG. He played mech against Solar as well. He has been whipping out the mech, not every game, but like once a series. You know, once a series, ByuN has been making it happen. And that is going to continue to be the case. Fun fact. This may no longer be the case in the new patch. With the changes to the Cyclone, it isn't just the Widow Mines that are going to be changed in the new patch, but the Cyclone is also going to be adjusted, and I worry that mech is going to become less viable. Personally, I don't enjoy playing against mech, but, you know, seeing the mech sprinkled in every now and then is always a lot of fun, and it may die in the new patch. The new Cyclone, the changes to the Cyclone may just be too much of a deficit to make Battle Mech viable. We'll find out. As for now, we're getting into our add-ons, making more Hellions. Solar's in the dark. He has no idea what's going on. Did not check the main base, not yet. Ling is coming in. Ooh, and the Ling Scout is not going to confirm. Also, we are researching Stim. Okay, it was a fake out. I was like, what? The fake Stim from ByuN. Let's go. Fakes out his opponent. Roach Warren has been thrown down, thankfully for Solar. Roaches are exactly what he does need in this situation. He realizes something is wrong, something is amiss. Overlord is coming in. Stim restarts, by the way. And ByuN is showing Bio. And can Solar figure out what's going on? Can he go a little bit further up? Up. It looks like he does get eyes on the factory at least, but not much else. Now, based on the continued Hellion production, this could be a read that it's going to be a Hellbat related push. So Solar preparing back at home, amassing his queens, droning up, working towards his lair. And the Cyclones, the Cyclowns, they're upon us, Papi. They are on the way. As we did mention, Cyclones are going to have a pretty drastic change soon. So we got to make them while we can. We need to mass the Cyclowns while we can. Oof. As Solar does end up losing his Lings. Scouting. I may have missed something. I'm not too sure. I don't think the Cyclones are revealed. As we have the goal base on the way, but it is going to be denied here by Solar. Good scouts. A little bit greedy out of ByuN. Yeah, and the Cyclones are revealed. Now we know for certain. Now we know 100%. As to what has been happening. And now we're pushing. We are going to be pushing here. Links from Solar once again. They're going to be threatening that goal base. They get caught. Big catch there by ByuN. Ling tries to deny that goal, but alas, it is going to be shut down. Now ByuN kicking down on top of the Queens. Queens looking a bit exposed. There are 13 Roaches out already. And here the Roach is a bit out of position. We dive on top of the Queens. We get one, we get two. Two Queens going to be going down. We get a third Queen as well, and a fourth Queen. Oh my god, so much damage already. ByuN trading quite well so far. But the Roaches have arrived. Oh god, but you can see how hard at time they have kiting. Coming in from behind, getting a surround going though. They come in first round, a much better fight there for Solar. Oh, as he bleeds out a couple more Roaches. Now, if you're looking at the supplies, the soup does lie. The soup does lie here. As we pick off more Queens, Roaches are inflated supply. They're not the most ideal army here. ByuN has been trading well. Looking at the trades, he lost 5 Cyclones for 4 Queens and 11 Roaches. Pretty good trade for so far by ByuN. Again, ByuN has the more efficient army. He's taken the goal base as well, which is terrifying. Solar has to keep the pressure up. He has to keep pushing. He has to keep on pushing. He's on a 3-base economy with the goal base. It's all or nothing for Solar. Meanwhile, big shout out to Frosty Phoenix. Thank you so much for the raid. Gracias, papi, gracias. So that shout out. Frosty Phoenix. Beautiful, beautiful. But shout out to Frosty Phoenix for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great time. And welcome to the grand finals of ESL Open Cup Asia. As we can see, Solar collapsing from multiple angles. He has maxed out. ByuN, do we have tanks back at home? That is the real question. We have tanks on the way. But we're zoning the army away and hopefully going to be denying the goal base. But the planetary is up and running. You can see Solar having a hard time pushing in. Bleeding out a lot of Roaches. As we did mention, even though Solar's maxed out, even though he's up 50 supply, that doesn't mean much. Not with Roaches. So ByuN is holding, and the longer this goes on, the better it is for ByuN. Because ByuN, he's already just building up a larger and larger army. Again, more efficient. He's working on tank production as we speak. Tanks are on the way. Cyclone's doing a great job here at just trading with the army, bleeding out Roaches. And ByuN is catching up. He's catching up and exceeding his opponent. Do you see Solar knocking down these rocks? Hive is going to be on the way. Solar is on a decent economy. He's still on 66 drones. He's still pretty all in. Like Solar is on a super max army with 130 army supply. But he has a very low drone count. So we have to push in. And the Cyclones are out of position. Uh-oh. They're out of position. Solar moving out towards the goal base and towards the third as well. Can ByuN hold? Can he survive? as he sneaks out across the map. Solar's coming back home. No shot. He's racing back home. Solar was the one out of position. My apologies. ByuN was exactly where he needed to be. Yeah, the counter set gets cleaned up. ByuN, he dives into the main base, gets on top of the hive. We'll kill every single drone here. Now, it is going to be a one-way trip, but this is definitely a good trade for ByuN. He kills 18 workers, denies the Spire. And Solar, he had to turn around. He couldn't break his opponent, not against all these tanks. A defensive Terran is a terrifying Terran, and Solar, he couldn't break him, had to pull back home, was out of position, 18 drones went down. And now ByuN, he's got almost 100 SCVs. ByuN is in a beautiful position. He's in a terrifying position right now. Getting further ahead. Now Solar thankfully has a hive, so he's got Vipers in production. He's rebuilding his Spire, which means his Broodlords have been delayed. Infestors are sneaking out. Again, Infestors, they're hoping for a big fungal on the Cyclones. That's what they're hoping for. As ByuN continues to be active. Yeah, more CCs on the way. Again, Equilibrium, there's plenty of bases to take. The map has, or is being split in half. ByuN in a really awkward position with his tanks. Yeah, he has to move on over. But we can see him slowly encroaching upon Solar's half of the map. Goes for a mass scan. He's trying to get a read on the tech. He does get eyes on the Greater Spire. Sees that the Spire is still in production. Ooh. And yeah, we're just popping off. We're just breaking through. As we can see, ByuN pushing on ever closer towards now the gold base. We're trying to hold on Lings. They do get us around on the Cyclones. Finally, the Cyclones go down. The tanks are a little bit more exposed. 2 tanks get piled down. ByuN, are we overextending again? Only with pure tank. We need support. We do need support here. As there we go, we're trickling in with more Cyclones. As reinforcements have arrived for ByuN, he gets within range of the base. The base is going to fall. And Solar, he's in a world of hurt. He's in a lot of trouble right now. The saving grace for Solar are Broodlords. The Broodlords, they can hold the line, but how much do we lose? The gold base has fallen, the southern base as well. Solar knocked down to 4 hatcheries against the, what, 6 bases of ByuN? Ay. ByuN, he's up 2 bases and playing mech, something you never, a position you never want to be in here. As a Zerg player, Broodlords are revealed, but we've already been making Thors. The Thors are here. They have arrived. ByuN knocks down those rocks, pushing towards another base. Solar has maxed out with Lings. Has maxed out with Ling Bane. Broodlords are coming in from the flank. Yeah, tanks are going to be falling. Big pick off here from Solar. Collapses on the tanks. The Thors are exposed. We can shut down the Thors as well. Good cleanup here by Solar. At the same time, Cyclones, they deny the gold once again. And ByuN does lose a big chunk of his supply. Again, the Broodlords are more than paying for themselves. You're just cutting a path through the army. They take down another 2 tanks. We gotta go. Like, we're pretty all in. Solar's on 61 drones. We're pretty all in here. We have to keep pushing. We catch another tank and the Thors. And Thors are going to be going down. And Broodlords, they keep on pushing. ByuN, can he remax in time? He's making Vikings. He's making Thors. But ByuN, he needs a couple more seconds. here we go. ByuN, they connect with a handful of units. Oh, the Viking. We get the Viking. We do snipe the Viking. Going for the planetary again. Solar, he still has a chance. He can still break ByuN. It's all or nothing for Solar. We gotta keep pushing. We can't stop. As we rotate over towards the south, the Vikings have arrived. They're going for the Broodlords. Where's the anti-air? Where is the anti-air? It's non-existent. The Broodlords are going to be going down. Oof. ByuN, again, he just has the superior army here. Gets on top of the Broods. And without Broodlords, that is the backbone of the army gone. ByuN does lose 21 SCVs, but ByuN, he's still up in workers. He still has more SCVs, more workers than Solar. Solar trying to reestablish the center base. ByuN now going for a counterattack, and this time Solar doesn't have any Broodlords left. It's Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane. Not a bad army composition, but look at the upgrades. That's the problem. We're stuck with +2 range, soon to be +2 melee, against the soon to be 3/3 of ByuN. Again, Solar, he gave up on upgrades in favor of taking into Broodlords. And, I mean, to be fair, it gave Solar a chance here. It gave Solar a chance, but alas, it's now gone at this point. Do we have Neural? We don't. No Neural. Only Fungals for this Infestor. We're pushing in. There were people asking about bio upgrades. So the bio upgrades are for Ghosts. If you're unfamiliar, the ideal late game composition for Terran is Mech Ghost. It's Thor, Lib, Tank, Ghost. So the upgrades are for the Ghosts. As Ling Bane is rolling on in, we crash into some of the Thors. We take down some of the Ghosts. Not a bad trade, but there's just too much left over. We're getting on top of the Ravagers. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 1. GG. GG. A very solid game there out of ByuN. I see someone in the chat did respond. Yes. It's for Ghost plus Mech. Beautiful. But yes, the ideal late game composition, whether you're playing Bio or Mech, is Mech plus Ghost. That's the ideal. That's what you want to be aiming for. And ByuN was getting there, and again, he was in the driver's seat almost the entire game, just trading so efficiently. And Solo was pretty all in. We were trying to point it out at the time, but Solo he was staying on a very low drone count, intentionally so. Solo was staying on a low drone count, trying to max out and kill ByuN before the late game. Because that didn't happen, because ByuN made it to the late game, then Solo was just stuck behind. He was just left in the dust economically, and he just could not scale well into a longer game. So he just petered out. His one chance was the Broodlords. That was his only shot, his only chance. And unfortunately, with the death of the Broodlords, that was the death of Solar in game 1. But I mentioned this earlier. ByuN has been playing a lot of Mech, but when I say a lot of Mech, like once a series. It is unlikely to see Mech again. It is very map-based. Equilibrium is a very good map for Mech. Equilibrium, Radisson Station, Alcyone is another one. I don't expect Mech on some of these smaller maps, but we'll see. As we're loading into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Team Vitality. Down in the series, looking to fight back. It is Solar. I know EQ is what they call Equilibrium, so they were talking about the map. Do you think he said, like, it's a Terran map, Appy? Hold on. I'm trying to get my... Yeah. I think Sola said that next time he's gonna veto Equilibrium. That's from Google Translate. That's what I gathered from that comment, which is why ByuN was laughing. As we have a very interesting opener. Okay, it was a 15-15. So 15 hatchery into a 15 spawning pool. Very safe opener by Solar. With this, he can get into faster queen production, and just have a really safe and secure early game here. Meanwhile, ByuN going for a standard opener. Remember, in the previous game, ByuN did go for a proxy Rax in the center of the map. This time, Rax is back at home. Standard opener out of ByuN going for a Rax expand. This build from Solar is a little bit less efficient. It does mean that your gas is late, so your gas is later than normal, Ling's speed is later than normal, but again, faster queens, as queens are on the way, and we're just going to be droning. As the Reaper moves out to the queen, should come out in time to deny it. And Solar should be able to get into his early game. Should be able to, as he does hide the drone. Does keep it hidden at the third base. Reaper does dive in. Ooh, doesn't quite get the worker. Queen pops out. Reaper is forced back. Now we can take that third. Or can we? Oh, oh, oh my god. ByuN wants it. He's trying to keep an eye out for any kind of worker, but the drone is already there. Third base is taken, and ByuN will not delay it. Not any further. As behind this, we're going for a third CC before starport. Very economic follow-up. And again, this should lead into a starport or into a Rex. I will be a little bit surprised if we see a second factory. Not gonna lie. He's doing it again! So I stand by what I said, where ByuN doesn't usually rely on mech too much in a series, but I mean, why not? Why not have some fun? I mentioned it before. You know, this is a bit of a farewell to the Cyclone, because the Cyclone isn't going to be what it used to be, so why not just mech it up, throw down another factory and another, just throw them all down. Mass Cyclone, let's go. I mean, as we saw, it can work quite well. Now, I would imagine that this time, once Solar gets a read on what's going on, he will have a different response. If you remember, last game he cut workers at 66. Actually, now that I think about it, I like the idea of Solar going for a 3-base all-in more on Oceanborn. So last game, he cut workers at 66, which is 3-base saturation, and Solar maxed out on 3 bases, essentially, and he wasn't quite able to break the defenses of ByuN. On a smaller map like Oceanborn, I think this map favors aggression, and it favors pushes from the Zerg, which is why I'm not as fond of ByuN going for this on Oceanborn. I don't think this is as safe to pull off. So Solar, he will have the opportunity to really be quite assertive and aggressive. Goes in with the Overlord Scout. He confirms all 3 factories. This time Solar knows exactly what's going on. And we'll see if he decides to cut workers again. As I said before, like I do like that a lot more on this map. Okay, it is going to be a lair first here out of Solar. Hellions are moving out. Cyclones are coming up behind this as well. There's that Roach Warren. And we'll keep it out on the drone count. As the Hellions, they deny a tumor. Only a tumor though. As ByuN doesn't quite find a way in. And ByuN just sharking around, looking for any kind of free tumors. Third base has been landed on location. And Solar is going to be droning up past 60. But is he going to drone up past 66? Is he going to get up to 70 workers? That's what I'm trying to keep my eye on. So now gases are being taken, and roaches are amassing. We should be cutting workers pretty soon here for Solar. And focusing on roaches, at least initially, to hold and defend. We're going for a fast infestation bit. Okay, we're mixing it up. Now, a fast infestation bit can lead into 2 things. 1, fast infestors. 2, a fast hive, or there's actually a third option, swarm hosts. As we deny the base, 4th base is denied. Solar going for a big lane counterattack though, and what is at home to defend? A couple of Cyclones, we do pick up a couple of SCVs. A good kiting here with the Cyclones. ByuN will force this back. At the same time, dives on top of the Queens as well. Big catch here by ByuN. Gets 2 Queens. Oof. Goes to the scan, and he gets a Roach as well. And he wants another Queen. And he's not going to leave without it. Oh, God. Yeah, trades with Roaches instead. A worthwhile trade overall for ByuN. We can see that we do have Infestors in production. Again, fungal growth is going to be so crucial here to hold on. Ducklings are being shut down. Fourth base being remade. Double Eva chamber, double upgrades. Okay, we're going for a longer game. Okay, we're not going for 3-base all-in. Solar, he's investing into high forms of tech. Yep, there we go. Eva chambers, Bailey Nest. Cyclones, they have arrived once again. You can see ByuN keeping the pressure up. And even though Solar's up in supply, doesn't mean much without a Fungal. Fungal does connect. We're coming in from behind. We're collapsing on the Cyclones. A much better engagement here by Solar. Takes down, what, 4 or 5 Cyclones? 8 Cyclones. Very good trade. Did beat out an Infestor, but what he's doing, he's slowing the Cyclone count. He's slowing down ByuN. Putting a stop to the Cyclone count, at least a little bit. And ByuN is transitioning. 4 CCs on the way, and now we're getting to tank production. Tanks are on the way. That is going to be to fortify our defenses back at home and to get into a more turtle style. As roaches are going down. Does this still count as battle mech? Yes, yes. This is still battle mech for all intents and purposes. If you want to have fun, it's never mind. I was gonna say something else. Don't worry about it. Still counts in a way. You know, there's one Hellion sprinkled in. We catch the Infestor. Big pick off there by ByuN. Gets the Infestor. Again, we're transitioning into a more tank-heavy style. We're working towards it. Rocks are being knocked down. Solar, he does drone up to 80. His 4th base is up and running. Hive is on the way. Spire as well. Are we rushing into a Greater Spire again? That's on the table. On the table here for Solar. I'm not too fond of Mutas. The new Cyclone, or this current version of the Cyclone, does actually do quite well against Mutas. So Greater Spire would make sense. Yep, there it is. Greater Spire's on the way. We're rushing into Broodlords. Vipers are in production as well. And Solar, can he catch out these Cyclones? He can. He can, and he will. He does cut them off from the rest of the army. The Cyclones, they're trapped. There's no way out, and we do catch them all. A brutal loss there for ByuN. Every Cyclone falls. I mean, half of them, I should say. There's a second group. Second force of Cyclones. ByuN is reestablishing his 4th. So a very nice catch there by Solar, and that means there's that much less anti-air for ByuN. And this Broodlord rush, it has potential. Has a lot of potential here to catch ByuN out. And ByuN has no idea. He has no idea what's going on. He has not scanned the main base. He has not gotten eyes on anything in the main. Now, he saw the fast infestation bit, so he should be aware of the fast hive. Ooh, good tank positioning, though. Against Solar, he cannot push in, but he doesn't really need to. All Solar has to do is just... All he has to do is just keep up with the main army. He has to slow it down and buy time for the broods. And there it is. Corruptors are now on the way. Disney Neck is a battle mech with Banshees. There you go. There you go. Why is it called that? No idea. Honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing anyone refer to it as Disney Mech. I've never heard that before. We collapse here on some of those Cyclones. Tanks are pushing forward, missile turrets as well. But again, there are no Vikings and no Thors. The reason why? Because we don't know that Broodlords are coming. ByuN is in the dark. And there it is. The Broodlords are amassing. They've been hidden this entire time. And once they reveal themselves, we have to go. We have to pull the trigger immediately. Big tank shells on the army. And we're going to try to collapse on top of these tanks. They're coming in from an angle. And Broodlords are revealed. And now ByuN knows. Blinding Cloud doesn't do anything against Cyclones, unfortunately, and Broodlords are going down. Oh, we get 2. 2 Broodlords Thor immediately. Thor production has commenced for ByuN. ByuN still pushing through. Again, only 5 Broodlords left. We're running out of Cyclones. There's 2. There's 1, and now there's none. No more Cyclones remaining. ByuN is rallying into his death. Oh my god, the missed rally. Tanks, they go down for free, and Solar, he can collapse on this. Again, 0 anti-air. Oh, there's 3 Cyclones. and purely tank. And the Broodlords, they have their way with this. At the same time, Solar going for a big counterattack, pushing in towards the third base. And he has broken the third. That Broodlord timing did what it needed to. It cleans up the main army. He crippled the economy, shut down the third base. And with that, ByuN has nothing left. He's got a couple of Thors, but it's too little too late. Because we're remaxing with Lingbane Roach Ravager. And the surround! We catch the Thors, GG gets called, and Solar ties up the series 1-1. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Solar does tie it up again. That Broodlord timing was very crucial. It was so important there that ByuN didn't know. Right, the entire time ByuN had no idea that the Hive was done, had no idea that a Greater Spire was on the way, had no idea that Broodlords were morphing in. Because that very limited anti-air for ByuN, he was caught with his pants down, and Solar ties up the series. Here we go. So we're getting into game number 3. And here we go. We're getting into game 3 to determine who takes the lead in this series, who will gain momentum in this best of 5. Again, we still have at least 2 more games left. And do we see Mech again? I hope not. I hope not, but it's not on us, it's on ByuN. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Solaris, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, being forced into a tied up series. It is ByuN. Here we go, and spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Vitality, tying it up. It is Solar. I'll get the Google Translate out. Okay, I don't understand. The Google Translate has failed me. Oh wait, they're saying more. Interesting. I think they're talking about the new patch. I believe they're talking about the new patch, and maybe about the new Cyclone. Uncertain. As we're getting into this, is going to be a 2-Rax opener here by ByuN. It's going to be 2-Rax Reaper from our Terran player. Meanwhile, big shout out to Gross Papi. Thank you so much for subscribing with a tier 1 sub. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoy the content. Again, we are live here on a daily basis. We've been live on a daily basis for years at this point, and hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the cast. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft, and welcome to the pond. As we're settling into this, again, Reapers are on the way. Now, for those that are curious, this is just the ByuN opener. You know, 2-Rax Reaper, it should be leading into a natural base, into a CC on the low ground, and we shouldn't be investing too hard. The goal of this opener for ByuN is to get across the map with Reapers, to apply pressure, and to contain the Zerg player to 2 bases. This third should be denied. The drone is moving out. Solar going to be hiding the drone. So because Solar scouted the 2-Rax Reaper, he's going to be hiding the drone at the 4th base location. This is very commonplace for Solar as Reaper does dive in. But again, the goal of this build is to kill this specific drone. So Solar, he's hiding it quite well. Does keep it 4th. Reaper dancing with the Lings. And Solar should eventually be coming back in to expand. We can see ByuN is checking for the 3rd base, sees that it hasn't been thrown down. Dancing with the Queens, making a extra wave of Reapers actually. Normally you cut Reaper production at 3, but we have a 4th and 5th Reaper on the way. So ByuN coming in a little bit harder, and we see why. Oh no, we get stuck! Reaper gets stuck. Bit of miscontrol there. Ooh, as the Reaper goes down. TT, that was not meant to happen. I say miscontrol, but there is a bug on this map where the Reaper can get stuck on that cliff. So, unfortunate. Third base is being taken. Behind this, that is a third CC before Factory. Very greedy follow-up here by ByuN. Very greedy, which is why he made an extra wave of Reapers, but to lose one Reaper already is huge. Is massive. With that, Reapers have to back up. And Solar, he's looking pretty. He's doing it again! There's more Factory. He's playing mech. No shot. 2 racks Reaper into mech. He's revealing stim. He's faking it, by the way. It's not real. I mean, if I'm in Solar's shoes, this looks standard. This looks normal. This should be ByuN, not mech. I need to know what he's saying. I need to know. The Google Translate can only do so much. As yeah, we're working towards our next step. We do have a third Factory on the way, so this is confirmation it is going to be mech as a follow-up. I believe Concussive Shell is going to be cancelled. I believe this upgrade is going to be cancelled. I don't believe we're going to be finishing it. Marines are being made just to show and reveal to the army. And again, Solar has no idea what's going on. The Overlord is denied any kind of scouting by the Marines. And Solar is going for he's going for double Evo chamber. Uh-oh. Okay, so a couple things here. Solar, what he's doing, he's laying his lair. Solar, he's delaying his lair. He's laying his Bailey nest. Going double Evo chamber for double upgrades. This is a very greedy response out of Solar. Very delayed tech in favor of upgrades. So, a greedy response here against what's going to be Mass Cyclone. Can Solar get away with it? I don't think he should be able to get away with this. You can see here going for melee and carapace. Scout is denied. Third base is being taken. Solar now throws down the Roach Warren. I wonder if he's pieced it together here. I mean, he saw that there wasn't any more researching upgrade, which is sus. Right, there should be combat shields. Link Scout coming back in. Confirms the army. We're still keeping the Cyclones hidden here in between the bases. And these melee upgrades and carapace upgrades are not going to help against mech. Lings, they do try to dip in, are going to be forced back. And here we go, the Cyclones are revealed. Now we know what's going on. The Cyclones have been revealed. ByuN pushing out across the map, and can he snowball out of control? Can he make this work? Can he make this work? Oh, as roaches are amassing, the scan reveals the roaches. I'm sure ByuN not too happy about that. Like, hold up, why do you have roaches? I hid this from you. What's going on? It was meant to be a surprise. As the Cyclones didn't have as much momentum here. Again, thankfully Solar did throw down a safety Roach Warren. Infestation Bit's on the way. As ByuN, he just maintains his map control, working towards the fourth on location. Oh my god. The Roach is going to try and fight off a creep. Remember, these are slow Roaches. They do not have Roach speed. They are being kited. Lings, they try to harass. Again, fourth base on location. It's a bit off-center, but we can always lift it. It's okay. We can lift it. We can reposition. And Solar's holding. You know, the reveal of these Cyclones didn't really do much damage. We traded against Lings and Roaches, but we did not deal any economic damage. Solar, he's stabilizing on 4 bases. He's droning on up. Concussive Shell did complete. Smooch. Did finish there. I see the chat realizing it. Don't like this. We'll make some marauders eventually. Copium. As Roxy being knocked down. Solar racing towards Hive Tech. That'll be towards Vipers, I imagine. Or maybe Broodlords again. And we'll see if ByuN can make some magic happen. We'll see if he can gain some value with these Cyclones. Again, he's just been trading against Lings more so than anything. Scan reveals the Hive. A big scout there by ByuN. Learning from his mistakes in the previous game. If you remember, ByuN had no idea about the Hive timing or the Greater Spire in Game 2. As we are just settling on into this. Again, ByuN a little more apprehensive about being active on the map. Very apprehensive. Oh, we do have the setup for some fungals. Rocks are gonna be knocked down. We're looking for the fungal. Again, we're so close. Solar trying to bait the army in. Infestor, we do have the fungal. We do connect here with the Cyclones. We get a full surround. And the Cyclones, they get caught. Big catch there from Solar. TT, not like this. ByuN, basically the TT from ByuN, that's like a crying emoji. Smoge. I mean, it's Smoge in Korean. Easiest way to put it. Not like this. We catch out the Cyclones. Rock's gonna be knocked down. Solar headed for the third base. ByuN, what's he saying? Oh, you won't be able to do that next patch. True. I don't know if that's what he's saying. I don't but it's true. We'll be able to. As we collapse on these Cyclones, Bailey's headed for the Mineral Line. They're headed for the army. 6 SCVs go down. Biles, they connect with the Cyclones. And we deny the third. We deny any mining going on. Solar going to be pulling back. Behind this, Hive is done. Vipers are on the way. Adrenal. Neural as well as being researched. Solar not rushing into Greater Spire this time. As he collapses on top of the tanks, they have not enough support. Tanks are going down. And ByuN, he just does not have enough. Again, losing all those Cyclones earlier was massive. And there just isn't enough to protect the tanks. Not anymore. Not with the death of those Cyclones. And now we're diving on top of what little is left of ByuN's army. We came to the production. GG gets called. And Solar will take a lead in the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, a really nice catch there by Solar. ByuN with a very, very unorthodox build to open up 2x Reaper to go into Hidden Mass Cyclone. It was a bold move, but Solar was ready for it with Roaches. He was ready with the Roach Warren. He was not caught out. He was able to hold. He was able to defend. Able to maintain himself and even catch the army. So really good response out of Solar. Just really good game sense overall to play safely against ByuN. To go into Roaches. And the question becomes, is ByuN going to play mech in Game 4? Are we going to see mech every game? is ByuN going to commit to mech every single game? Are we going to see any bio whatsoever? Oh boy. We're here to find out. We are here to find out. So we're loading into Alcyone. Not a bad map for mech, to be honest. Here we go. Again, a much larger map, a lot of bases to be taken. We have seen a lot of split map play on Alcyone, but here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. We have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, down in this series, Yasify back here and now to force the ace match. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Vitality, his new team. One game away from becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. It is Solar. Let's go. Oh, all right. Are we playing mech 4 games in a row? We've already played it 3 games in a row here for ByuN. Unfortunately, the surprise factor isn't there anymore, right? That's the thing, where regardless of what ByuN does, Solar, he could go in with an Overlord, he could scout 3 Raxes with Stim and Combat Shields being researched, and Solar will still believe it's mech. Like, doesn't matter what Solar, like, he's still going to throw down a Roach Warren. So, I feel like now is the time where we have to deviate away. We can't be that hard-headed, we can't be that committed to mech, right? It's like, we've got to be seeing some bio at this point, at this stage of the series. I'm hoping at least, but we'll see. Again, there's a reason why mech is always really good to sprinkle into a series, because you can catch your opponent off guard. But playing mech every game, I mean, again, you no longer have that surprise factor. You no longer have, you know, the X factor of like what exactly are they doing? Are they playing mech? Are they not? You know, can I get away with skipping scouting and being greedy? Like, that's not here anymore. So I wonder, where are you taking us, ByuN? How are we playing this out? Do we take advantage of the fact that most likely Solar will throw down a Roach Warren? Or will he? Right? Like, what are the mind games looking like right now? Is Solar feeling like, can I be really greedy? Like, there's no shot that he plays mech 4 games in a row, right? Like, I can I can go Ling Hydra. I can pull a Scarlet. We'll see. But now Solar going to be mining through those middle patches, keeping that drone hidden. At the same time, Reaper does slip in towards that natural. Dancing with the Lings. Looking to pick off a drone. The last won't be able to. Third base is now being taken. So Reaper's forced back. ByuN, can we have bio? Can we have bio? ByuN, we have bio at home. The bio at home, a Hellbat. Smoge. Not like this. Overlord is getting caught out. I believe the Overlord should survive. Should make it here to the pillar. That is going to be a 3rd CC before Starport. Economic opener here. So it looks like 3 CC Banshee if we get the Tech Lab on the racks. We're poised and primed for an add-on swap. There it is. Tech Lab is on the way. So this looks like a standard opener. It looks... But, I should say, this standard opener can deviate into mech. Like, we can still see mech from this. So we're not home free yet. I cannot certify this is a bio game yet here. There's that Roach Warren, makes sense. Again, Solar opening up Roaches. As we've seen mech every game so far. Link speed kicks in, we chase down the Reaper. And we should be able to get it. Reaper barely goes down. Hellions 1 second too late. Reaper falls. Solar going to be getting his third base, droning on up. Now, when I say Roach Warren makes sense, this is a fast Roach Warren. This is what, like a 3-minute 30 Roach Warren timing? Very fast Roaches. This looks like a 9 Roach push. We'll see how hard Solar commits to this. Behind this, Stim! Stim is... It's bio! Let's go! It is going to be bio. Stim is on the way. It's not going to be fake. It's going to be real. And I like ByuN's position. Because Solar is making Roaches, he should be going for an early Roach push. But because ByuN is going into Banshees, he's going to be fine. Banshees, they are ideal against Roach-based openers. As Roaches don't shoot up, Banshees, they can just chunk away at them. Roaches are amassing as we speak. And as long as ByuN is in position, he should not take many losses. He should be able to, you know, maintain himself. As I say that, Solar's going for an all-in. It isn't just a Roach push, he's amassing Lings. Solar, he's going for a straight-up all-in. It's all or nothing for the Zerg player, and ByuN has to get a read. We need SimCity. We need a wall behind this, maybe a bunker, ideally a bunker as well. Yeah, Solar, he's avoiding the Hellions. And the Hellions, they see nothing. They see nothing, they know nothing. ByuN has Zelnaga. Roaches, they have arrived. They knock down that wall. They make sure that there is no wall. Banshee is revealed. But that wall is wide open. Lings, they're flooding in! Lings, they flood into the natural. Hellions are too little too late. Oh, good positioning here at the ramp. But the Hellions are going down, and now we can wreak havoc in the mineral line. Every Hellion falls. Banshees, they're not enough. The DPS is not enough. We get into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. And this is critical damage. This is game-ending damage. Boys are being pulled. Not like this. We bust into the main base. And the all-in, it works wonders. GG is soon to be called here. The ... Oh my god, what are they saying? Solo's like, why aren't you playing mech? Kappa, where is your mech now? This is what you get for playing ByuN. As the Lings, they kill almost every SCV. We're down to 19 workers. Where's my Google Translate? What are we saying? I think Sola said what a tragedy. Aye. And GG gets called. The writing was on the wall. That was just game-ending damage. And Solar, he will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. Congratulations. Again, I did like the Banshee opener by ByuN, but he needed to scout that it was an all-in, because defending against roaches is one thing. Defending against a Ling Roach Flood is something very different. And alas, the wall was not a wall. It was wide open. No bunkers, no nothing at home to defend. There was no wall. It was wide open. And Solar just flooded on in. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to Solar. My condolences to ByuN, but at the same time, ByuN played like an animal. He played mech almost every game. And again, like, I understand as well. I mean, ByuN has been playing mech for the past couple of months. If you're familiar with ByuN, and if you're familiar with the KSL and online tournaments and even IEM, ByuN, he has been whipping out mech ever since January, maybe December. Maru as well. They've been sprinkling in mech whenever they can, but typically like once in a series or maybe twice in an extended series. ByuN, he had more fun tonight. He had a lot more fun with it tonight, trying to make mech work multiple times. I mean, it worked in game 1, but did struggle in the rest of the series. And with that, GG, well played. As a reminder, there is going to be a change to the Cyclone in the foreseeable future, on the horizon. There is a change to the Cyclone, and one of the biggest changes to the Cyclone is going to be, at the moment, there is no cooldown on the lock-on. At the moment, the Cyclone can pull back in, and just lock on immediately, which means you can just keep kiting and keep gaining efficiency, and you can trade so damn well. You can trade so damn well with your Cyclones. But that is about to change. The biggest change is that they're changing the cooldown period from 0 seconds to 2.8, like just under 3 seconds, which doesn't sound like a long time, but in a fast game like StarCraft, when you're kiting and when you have this ebb and flow of Cyclone and Roach, for you to have 3 seconds where the Cyclone can't lock on, that is massive, and that is going to affect quite heavily how the Cyclone, the dynamic between the Cyclone and the Roach, the Cyclone and the Ling, and of course the Cyclone and the Cyclone. So that is going to be a really big change for the Cyclone, and it is going to change how this dynamic works. And it may spell the end of this like mass Cyclone style in ZvT that we've been seeing for the past couple of months. Again, it hasn't been the meta, but it's been a little bit more popular, and yeah, I can't imagine it's gonna be sticking around, at least in the same iteration. Maybe we're able to find another use of them, or maybe we can still mass Cyclone anyway, even with the 3 second cooldown. It's possible. It's possible. I see the chat having fun with our fan translations. ByuN, you have no skill. Solar, you have no workers. Kappa. He said his mom cooks better than his mother. True. Not like this. The fire in the chat. But yeah, with that, GG, congratulations. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time here. Again, that is going to spell the end of today's ESL Open Cup Asia cast. But in a couple of hours, we're going to be live once again. Let me just double check here on Team Liquid. So in 4 hours and 45 minutes, we're going to be live with ESL Open Cup Europe. But before that, in 1 hour and 45 minutes, in just under 2 hours, we're going to be live here on the channel once again with a show match. We're going to be featuring a show match in 2 hours between Future and 4Jumi. It's going to be a best of 7 TVP, so if you're interested in seeing the Americas up against Europa for Jumi versus Future. It's going to be a great series. It's going to be a great best of 7. Look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we are going to be casting that in 2 hours time. So we're going to quickly take down the stream. We're going to try to get some snacks, get some food, rest up, and get ready for some more StarCraft. After that best of 7 show match, then we have ESL Open Cup Europe. Then it's going to be Europe time. So it's a day full of StarCraft. Just non-stop StarCraft here tonight. Just a couple of hours of break in between each cast, just so we can catch our breath a little bit. Just a little bit. And yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 hours. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time, I know there's a lot of like new viewers because we were the only English stream today. But we've been casting for, what, like 7 years? We've been live on this channel for many, many years at this point. And yeah, we cast on a daily basis. Whether it's the ESL Open Cups, whether it's the Stars War qualifiers, ESL Open Cups, Dream Hacks, EPTs, KSL, anything and everything. We cast so much on the channel, and yeah, you know, consider following us. Maybe you'll find something. Maybe you enjoy the casting. Maybe you enjoy the StarCraft. Check out our YouTube channel. We also upload on a daily basis as well. We're the most active casting channel out there. We take pride in that, at least. We take pride in that, and we're always on that grind set. Always on that grind set. As we got you covered with plenty of StarCraft. Until then, though, we're going to be going on that 2-hour break. So take care, everyone. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. I'm not sure who's streaming right now. Let's double check. Also, we have to pay our predictions. True. Predictions are going to be paid out. But who is stream? We usually stream smaller. Sorry, we usually raid smaller streamers. We try to give as much support as we can. Oh, Senor Sadsack. Oh, there you go. Harsim is streaming right now. Sort of is streaming right now. They have plenty of viewers. We're going to be giving our love to Monsieur Sadsack himself. Give him some love. Give him some support. Enjoy. Otherwise, we're going to be heading off. Until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in 2 hours. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.